Hello, good people. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again with Vaughn. I'm so happy that you are here with me today. So happy you stopped by. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Trying to make this happen, to kind of bring you all the information that I can, stuff that I'm looking at throughout the week, stuff that I think that you might find important to your daily lives. So please support the channel. Just subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Just subscribe. Down below, you have the correct spelling of my name, my IG handle. Please pop onto my IG page throughout the week if you just want a quick little bite of news, because I post political information all week long. Then defiance.org/reporters. I am still supporting defiance.org, and I hope you will too, so we can make sure that our independent reporters and journalists are supported through these challenging times that we find ourselves in. Leon Black. I told you one of the most egregious characters in this whole Epstein operation, aside from Epstein, aside from Ghislaine Maxwell, in my opinion, is Leon Black. And I want to share the information with you thus far that I have seen. Number one, I want to say I didn't save that particular email. I will probably provide it in another episode, but Leon Black transferred millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to Epstein. I don't know, because there are allegations of Leon Black that we're going to cover in just a second, of him being a trafficker as well. I don't know if they were, what I'm feeling is, the vibe I'm getting is there were different branches. One dude was over here handling this. One dude was over here handling this. This person was handling this. And then you had all these people that were bringing people into this. There are emails with women offering up, oh, I'm bringing, my daughter will be there and she's bringing 5 friends. There's an email with the Secretary of Treasury, I think he is, Letnick. He's described, he took his whole family to the island, and they went out of their way to give the ages of their children and talk about the nannies that they were bringing along and just weird shit like that. So the way that I am seeing it now is that it's a huge web of people. And in regards to Leon Black, this money is going back and forth. I don't know if it is Epstein is above him and he's transferring money to Epstein as far as what he's maybe collected, or he's paying Epstein for access to these girls and children. I don't know, but it seems like there's a huge web. I don't know that Epstein is at the top anymore. It's not giving that for me. He's definitely a foot soldier in all of this, and a big one, but it's not giving that vibe that he's at the complete top. There's baby farming is happening. There's weird sacrifice shit that's happening. There's just the part that's been very public with the trafficking of the teens and the young women. That's happening. There's a lot of shit happening at the same time. I ran across information today that Epstein was also growing some sort of plant on the island that is a critical part of this drug that just makes you completely vulnerable to people. The drug begins with the S. I can't remember the name of it now. There was a report of Epstein shipping gallons of sulfuric acid to one of the locations. Sulfuric acid, if you don't know, it can eat through bones and flesh. Why would he need a big gasoline truck of sulfuric acid? We don't know. But back to Leon Black. Okay, so Leon Black, first of all, millions and millions of dollars passed back and forth between him and Epstein. And then I want to pull up this. I want to pull up this email so we can read this together. Two emails I have for you. So we can read this together. Okay, so here you can see it's been redacted who this is, this email is from and to, but this one reads like information that was given to law enforcement, and law enforcement has shared this information with legal. Okay, so this is May 26, 2023, you can see here. Leon Black, Wall Street person, 72 or 71 years old now. This was in 2023. I don't care how old Leon Black is right now. I don't care if Leon Black is on a walker and has to do dialysis every day. Something needs to happen to Leon Black for all the shit that he did to these kids. He founded the largest private equity global fund that exists today, that's publicly traded. He's also connected to LifeTouch, the company LifeTouch. So if you have children and they ever took pictures at school under LifeTouch, Leon Black was in control of that company. So somewhere, somehow, Leon Black has images of your child. Think about that. One of Epstein's friends, very powerful. So these are notes that whomever this, I don't know, FBI or lawmaker, law enforcement was giving in this call to this Janine Christensen, which I'm assuming is a attorney. So this person's name is redacted. This person was 7 to 8 years of age. Black was sexually violent with her when she was 7 to 8 years of age. Do you hear me? 7 to 8 years old. Black bites parts of her vagina. Now, I read this to you in the journal that we discussed last week. So this must be the same victim. Bites parts of her vagina. Violence was arousing for him, but very painful for her. JC represented victim in civil defamation case, not the sex abuse case. JC must be an attorney, a lawyer. Went to USAO in Manhattan, May or June of 2021. JC did not represent her, doesn't represent her anymore. So that's the first victim that's discussed here for Leon Black. Then there's another redacted name. Got a call from a victim woman who said she heard about the lawsuit against Black. Victim said Black raped her around 20 years ago in 2001 or 2002 in Epstein's house. Victim described it, felt pain, like insertion of something sharp in her vagina. On a massage table, she said her head was on the floor and legs on his shoulders. The pain was excruciating. Spoke with redacted at Manhattan DA's office. And this person's name is redacted again. She must have talked about substance abuse probably in the 1990s, and she was preyed upon by Epstein. And remember this, he always looked for the most vulnerable girls, whether it was girls that were 13, 14, put into the modeling industry, where parents weren't traveling with them. They're very vulnerable because they're not knowledgeable. A lot of them didn't even speak the language if they were coming to America. And then you also had the young girls who were just, from broken homes or didn't have a lot of money. That was their target. Epstein's target were these vulnerable young girls. So gave massages to Epstein and Black for money. It says now that, this happened in New York, but she lives somewhere else now. And then there's another redacted name. So this person was a minor at the time at Epstein's house and was told to give Leon Black a massage. And then she was violently raped by Black. 16 years old when she was raped by Black is what she says. Then she's giving information about her biological parents, something about where she lives, and then skip down to the bottom line, bottom paragraph. Black used adult sexual toys. Keep in mind, she's 16. Adult sexual toys in victim's rectum and vagina. Victim felt severe pinching in her vagina and began bleeding from her rectum. This is Leon Black, monster Leon Black. Black and others at the Epstein's house would not take her to a doctor. Instead, they flew her out of New York the next day. Victim did not go back to New York after that. Next few years, she was in Palm Beach or on the island in the Virgin Islands. So you can see here the number EFTA 02731488. If you'd like to read this on your own, just key in that number on the DOJ's website. She was driven from blank to Epstein's townhouse to meet Epstein's special friend named Leon Black, brought to Epstein's Manhattan townhouse. While she has always known the name Black, she did not participate in the Epstein case or fund. Epstein and Black used to talk about victim and described her as being 10. So this is somebody who is relaying information to law enforcement, and these are the things that she overheard or saw. I don't think she specifically was a victim, but we'll keep reading. She said that she overheard them talking about a victim and described this person as this child as being 10 years of age. And they knew about her. There's redaction. From 2001 to 2004, she was trafficked by, I don't know why this is redacted because this is a predator. Why is this name redacted? Sex with at least 25 different men. Was she trafficked by Black or was it Epstein? Why is this name redacted? It's a predator. This name should be in here. Then it goes on to talk about where she works, her Social Security, personal details for this victim. Then skipping down, this person handed again, who is this person? Because it sounds like it's a predator. Blank handed the victim off to Maxwell and Epstein, unless this is one of the other, one of his assistants or the young girls who were, young ladies who were working in the home, and they are being considered a victim as well, because that's what he did. He started with them very young. Some of them stayed around to be called his assistants, but they were still engaged and forced to engage in everything, along with booking the calls, booking the girls, etc. Okay, so this person handed them off to Maxwell and Epstein. Victim had to sleep in their bed with them. In the US Virgin Islands in late 2020 and early 2021, officials were trying to interview underage girls who had been on the island. Victim was interviewed and participated in 2 meetings with a lawyer. Victim viewed Maxwell as a mother figure, but describes things she did as mean, believes that there were some men that Epstein wanted her to go with, and Maxwell said no. Remember, last week, when we were reading the journal, that girl said the same thing, that sometimes Ghislaine would protect her. And then it's redacted as saying where this person lives now, has high school attendance records, being absent constantly on Mondays and Fridays. In the journals, that young girl spoke of the same thing, because she had to be available for these men when they were in town. She was consistently missing school on the days that they were in town. And I'm assuming those were Fridays and Mondays, long weekends. Medical records, trauma from sexual abuse, rectal tearing, references to violent rape. Okay, so the number on this one, EFTA 02731489. Okay, so now we're going to switch. This is another email I ran across regarding Black. I'm going to enlarge this just a little bit. Okay, this person was interviewed telephonically on April 10th, I'm sorry, 2020. Okay. This person was modeling when she met Leon Black in 2008. Leon Black promised blank drugs. Black manipulated and sexually abused this person. Black used a lot of their threats towards blank. She was scared of him. Black flew blank to Jeffrey Epstein's home in Florida. Black told blank that if she talked about going blank, was also at the house and wanted to blank this victim to have sex with Epstein. And it got to the point where there was, I guess, a yelling exchange between Black and this girl. And Black was telling her that Epstein had sex addiction. And it says here that she did not ultimately sleep or give in and sleep with Epstein. Yeah, and that she and Black left. Okay. So then let's skip down, because here's the sentence I was talking about. Black ran a sex trafficking ring. So did he have his own ring? And he and Epstein did they work together? Did they work separately? Did the girls overlap? The children overlap? Were they buying from each other? What was happening? And this also reminds me of, there was something previously said. It'll come back to me. Okay, so Black ran a sex trafficking ring. Blank constantly tried to run away. If this victim fought Black, he would hurt the victim more, and thought that the victim thought that every sexual encounter with Black was non-consensual. Black told the victim that if she stayed with him, he would let her stay in the country. So obviously this girl was not from the United States. Black told her that she should not think about going to work, and then this victim earned her bachelor's degree. Again, we found out that there were colleges that were, because Epstein made these big donations, and I'm assuming Black made donations as well, they would overlook all these young girls that they were paying their tuition for and getting them enrolled in school. Columbia University, NYU, Barnard University. There are a couple of other schools around that New York area that they were working the same situation. Okay, so Black told the victim that he was friends with the police, Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein would come in on the film industry side. So I would think that I don't know if this person wanted to go into acting, don't know. There was a point where this person felt sick and she felt like she had been poisoned. Around that time, Black forced his way into Blank's apartment and raped her. This was around 2014. The victim was scared and left the country. While outside the US, one of Black's associates contacted her, and people that Black knew continued to approach her. In approximately 2015, Black told, now this is just 11 years ago, Black told the victim that he would pay people to destroy her life. Black told her he had worked for the FBI. Don't know that to be true, but that's what he told her. In the fall of 2015, the victim signed a non-disclosure agreement with Black, meaning she would not speak of this information. Then Black transferred $10 million to Epstein in or around 2015. So I don't know if that money went to her in exchange for signing the NDA, or she's just giving more information of this exchange of millions of dollars between Black and Epstein. The victim met a lot of Epstein's assistants. The victim was introduced to Ghislaine Maxwell and Prince Andrew, among others. Other women that the victim knew had been abused by Black were, and there's a list here. Black introduced another victim to Epstein, and then the victim's name being redacted, advised that she would be willing to meet in person at a later date for a more in-depth interview, because again, this was just over the phone. So this is information that has been out there 2014, 2015. Some of the other more dates were a little more recent, but where are the investigations? Where are the investigations? Leon Black is a monster. And I don't think that's changed just because he's probably well into his 70s, early 80s. He's probably still out here trying to be the same nasty ass individual, whether his ass can still walk or not. And something needs to happen. There needs to be some form of accountability for someone who is out here providing drugs, apparently, out here graping individuals, out here torturing kids, children, 7, 8, 10 years old. We just read in these emails. Where are the investigations? And I'm not talking about DOJ. These individuals just gave you locations. The states need to pick up these investigations, open these investigations, hold Leon Black and others, all these other perpetrators, accountable. Hold them accountable. Stepping down is not enough. They've enjoyed the lifestyle of the very extremely rich and famous. Leon Black is probably somewhere smoking a cigar, doesn't have a worry in the world, and golfing right now. While literally these survivors are reliving all this shit day in, day out, and still suffering, because every day they turn on the television, go on social media. This is what people are talking about. Their lives, what happened to them when they were children. And they deserve to see some accountability. And also, this accountability is for everyone. So everyone knows that if you do this heinous shit, this nasty ass, evil ass, wicked shit to children and women and boys, I've got some other emails for you, and boys, you will be held accountable. You will not get away with this shit anymore. Accountability is a must. It must happen, and it must start today.